I've been in business for about 2 years in this consulting practice where I do have a lot of my credit union clients on board. Some of them are here today. And we're doing other things with other businesses because it's the same philosophy and practice I'm going to talk to you about today. It's about changing the culture in order to service, in order to sell. People are scared about sales, right? And it's like, oh, I didn't hire a salesperson. Or the people who are actually doing the front line said, I don't want to sell. Well, guess what? Part of it's not, we don't have the skill set to do that. We didn't hire that skill set. But the other part is if we service to a particular degree in a particular set of behaviors, it sells. So, talk about it. Why do we want to change? Why do we change? Anyway, this is open. Why is there a need for change?
To improve.
To improve. What else?
When you're stagnating.
When you're stagnant, because it's the same, right? You're not seeing any results from what you've been doing. What are those? What's the connector there? It's the business goals. You're not meeting business goals. Why aren't you meeting business goals? What's the change? Talk about the foundations of any sort of culture change from my observations and from my education as far as where does it come from, why does it happen, and how do we make sure that it continues to happen. I'm going to give you some action steps. Real simple action steps in order to move forward or beginning to get to that point to create a service and sales culture for your organization. So as leaders, we need to ask ourselves, why change the culture? Why? Because we're not meeting our business goals. Or hey, we're not educating our customers. We're not engaging for a deeper relationship. It's you go get a cup of coffee and say, call me in the morning. It's the fact is, hey, you come in, I need a deposit. Okay, cool, take care of that. It's the fact that you come and buy a car. Hey, thanks very much, have a good day. That's where it ends, in a lot of cases. But what we're all after is a deeper, ongoing relationship that means something, that has significance for you to come back to buy more products and services, to be engaged. How many of you are measuring right now products per household that go out from your organizations? Okay. Well, if you have, I think from my credit union math, it's about average, 2.5 products per household out of a portfolio that might carry about 35 to 75 products. How do we get there? What's going to be new and different about this new culture? That's the thing. These are the things that you have to think about when you're talking about a culture change. What's going to be new and different about that that's going to make a significant change to achieve our business goals? I did this for the Colorado Greenhouse and Nursery Association, and one of the business owners said, I don't have business goals. And then I saw 4 or 5 other heads go. That's part of the issue, is we don't know what we're trying to achieve. Anybody complete the marathon here in Denver not too long ago? No, okay.
You do a 0.5K endurance challenge.
A 0.5K, okay. Okay.
I didn't finish that.
You did finish that. But if you're a runner, or any sort of in any sort of fitness program, what do you set out for yourself? A goal. If I were to just say, hey, you know what, we're going to train for a marathon. You're like, all right, what do I need to do? Just go run. How far? I don't know, just go run. Well, how fast? I don't know, just go run. How long? I don't know, just go. How many times does that scenario happen in our organization? So, well, just do it. For how long? What am I getting to? How am I going to get there? Those are all the questions that are asked by your employees. The last question we should be asking is, why should it be different? So not only what's going to be different, but why should it be different? And that's a very philosophical question, but part of it stems to the line. It starts talking about the types of employees that we want to, 1, hire, 2, keep, and 3, develop. We did a survey in 2008, real quick, of over 100 managers and executives of organizations. And what we come up with is some information about, in your observations about top management, what impact did they have on a change initiative? Or did they have a positive impact to the success of the change? 81%, and this is overall, 81% said, you know what, top management's behaviors strongly impacted our change initiative. Okay? Of highly successful change initiatives that gone through, 81% of them said, hey, I strongly agree. That management behavior was a key to that. See that red bar over there? See that red bar on the right? So 72%. Those are the highly unsuccessful, or the missed most of the change initiative's outcomes. So it didn't go out so well. Management's behavior was 72% of the people we surveyed says management's behavior impacted our change initiative. Remember, that's a negative. That's something where we missed most. So who's being observed? Top management. Top management is being observed in any sort of cultural change. Well, we asked, so what are the important items to help a change become successful? In looking at the highly successful initiatives, we look at it from, say, well, 62% of our participants say management supported the change. Been in an organization where management said, whatever you guys want to do, go right ahead. I've been there. Like, well, I ain't going to do it. He's not going to do it. So we've got, top management has got to support that change. 57% say progress is communicated regularly. Progress. Not our data, not where we're at, but what's our progress. Progress delineates a period of time and observation from beginning to end, right? But if you say, hey, here's our update, this is where we're at. What did we do to get there? What sort of initiatives we put in place in order to achieve that? 56 say top management promoted the change. They're the champions of the change. They're the ones that are saying, hey, this is where we're going to be, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. And then 56% said all staff understood the overall objectives. In my tours of wherever I've been, I've kind of done an impromptu poll and say, how many of these businesses, of you, share your overall business goals with your employees and staff? Raise your hands if you do. You guys have a higher percentage than what I've been polling, because it's about 20%. 20% of the businesses that I've worked with in training seminars and big lectures say they share their overall business goals with their staff. And then the question is are you meeting your business goals? The same 20% said, yes, we are. Everybody says, no, we're not. Because nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows what they're working to. Nobody knows how their performance is actually correlated to their actual business goals. They say, well, I was just given a job description. That's what I'm doing. Check, 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 check. What does that produce? Check marks. Right? There's an output that an individual has to make in order to make a contribution to the organization, to the success of the pool of what we have. In a lot of cases, they're showing up and not physically stealing from you, but they're stealing from you. And it's because it's what we hired. Not for them to steal, but we hired them to show up. If the business goal says we need to generate revenue, and they just sit down and clickety-click, are they generating revenue? Are they generating engaging experience? No. Because we never taught them how to. We never said that that's part of your role. We said, here's your job description. Anybody guys measure employee engagement? Employee engagement, in my definition, is the connection between individual performance of you as an employee to the business goals of the organization. How in tune are you together in order to produce results? And it's through management, it's through development, it's through coaching, it's through getting the communication in the right formats and meaningful pieces. So we said, hey, how was the change success impacted by the level of employee engagement? Well, look at the numbers. What is that? 89%? Said, hey, our level of employee engagement was very high, which was the rate of success. Because if employees don't understand what's going on, how can they actually contribute? So in order to change a culture, we've got to have total management support. Ever had those organizations where they say, you know, Jim, he's on his old world, we'll just move ahead without Jim. What's happening with Jim's department? Jim's department's not contributing anything to where we're going, but we let it happen. It's impacting the organization from moving forward to doing what we're doing. Or, hey, you know, Sally works in her own world. We just let her go. We're not going to bring her in because all she's going to do is fight us on this. Why? Why have that happen? The other part is it needs some secondary support systems. Oh, wait. Let me go backwards real quick before we get to secondary support systems, because we have to identify a few things first. What is your organization's core existence? Why are you here? Why are you in business? From a very foundational, fundamental aspect, why are you here?
To make money.
To make money. To serve. Okay? You exist, let me rephrase that. You exist to make money, or you exist to serve.